What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. Guys, I told you I had a couple crazy videos coming. I got about 3 or 4 of them coming up. This one here will blow your mind, okay? I don't recall if it was... I said in my t-shirt video that I had a gentleman named Pedro Casero give me a couple pictures of some craters, which I enhanced and found some cool stuff in. You know, to me, it's like kind of a smoking gun. Not the smoking gun, but kind of one. Really good stuff. So, you know, we'll be doing that video soon. This one here, I was going through some of the pictures that he showed me, but I was also going through this some of these satellite ones. And this one here, I believe, is from the Curiosity. In fact, it is from the Curiosity. And it shows the aerial view where it already has traveled. Now, this picture will have you scratching your mind. I mean, just really scratching it like crazy, like going, what is going on with this picture? Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here it is right here. And this is, guys, this is taken from the MRO, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And it's from the instrument HiRISE, which takes phenomenal pictures. And it's, you can see right here, it's produced by the University of Arizona, the HiRISE LPL. Okay, now you can see that little black dot right there. That's the Curiosity. Now, it actually has traveled all the way, and you'll see it in the other picture. And you guys can download this. It's the TIFF. Now, if you do the JPEG, not so good, but this is quick. I mean, the TIFF is only like just a hair less than 3 meg. So, okay, this is funny. NASA's Curiosity Mars rover and tracks left by its driving appear in this portion of December 11, 2013. Observation by the HiRISE, I'm sorry, I was going to say HiRISE, which is abbreviating it anyway. High Resolution Imaging Science Experiment, or the HiRISE, camera on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And this thing is like ultra high def, okay? The rover is near the lower left corner of this view. For scale, the 2 parallel lines of the wheel tracks are about 10 feet or 3 meters apart. Curiosity has been on the move. By the time this image was taken, it had driven about 2.86 miles or 4.61 kilometers since its August 2012 landing in Gale Crater. This view shows where the rover has driven generally southwestward with some variation to get around obstacles. Yeah, this is going to go into the no crap, you know, category. On its route towards its long-term destination on the lower slopes of Mount Sharp. And when you click on this, it'll take you to the colored picture. Problem is, when you click on it, this is what you get. Okay. Whatever. And it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to black and white the thing anyway. The color is just a distraction as far as... It looks very pretty, don't get me wrong. But yeah. All right. HiRISE is one of 6 instruments on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Okay, and the University of Arizona, Tucson, operates HiRISE, which was built by Ball Aerospace and Technologies Corp., Boulder, Colorado, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, a division of California Institute of Technology in Pasadena. Manages the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and Mars Science Laboratory projects for NASA's Science Mission Directorate in Washington. Here's the funny part. It says December 11th, 2013, but the edition, this was added in January 9th, 2014. Wonder why they would do that. Perhaps maybe, yeah, they're, you know, a little time to manipulate it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know why these people are actually texting me right now, but let me see. Let's just tell them. I'm just going to go ahead and shut this phone down. This way we don't have to worry about it. We won't have to worry about this. All right. So anyway, to me, like I said, December 11, 2013, January 9th, less than a month, and there you go. Okay. So let me jump to this thing, and you guys will just be like, what? Okay. I'm going to show you some things in here, and I'm going to just point out a couple of things that just don't make any sense. And, of course, you guys always get to weigh in on this. Okay, let's jump in on the picture. And I'm going to start off. There's Curiosity. She's sitting right there. And then you can see where she's been around. And you can see this right here, where she's actually driven along. And a couple of times she had to, you know, obviously make evasive moves and stuff like that and go around objects and whatever, you know, high ground, low ground, whatever. And you can see it right here. All the tracks going up through here and so on and so forth. Okay. And here's at the top. This is what I have a problem with. And you're going to see that in a little bit. To me, there's structures all over here. I'm not going to go through the whole picture because it would take forever. But there's crazy stuff. I want to show you right here, right off the bat, that there is. And I'll tell you why I say this, guys. Because right off the bat, you can see shapes like right here. Now, I want you to point out something real quick to you guys. Check out the actual shadowing. Okay? So it's coming down from this way. The sun's coming supposedly down this way. But the MRO is going from here and checking, at this angle right here. Okay. So, let's check this picture, this part of the picture out and see what we can find. Okay. Now, this is what I do. First, when you enhance it, you get a lot of brightening as well as darkening. What do? Well, you go to your highlights and shadows, and you just balance this out, and you end up with something like this. Somewhat balanced. Okay. Check this out. Do you guys see this right here? It almost looks like something round right here. And you can see it looks like a little square right here and a couple little lines, so on and so forth. But check this piece out right here, where it appears like, again, was this stuff actually, damaged, due to a, catastrophic event? We don't know. It looks that way every time we see something on Mars. So, okay. So let me see if I can, I'm trying to remember which one it was here that I brought this down. Okay. At least for this particular area. Check this out. Something right here, something laying right there. There's a bunch of little parts and what look like buildings. Look, it looks like this thing collapsed. See right here, it might have actually stood straight out. Hard to tell. Again, we're looking at this angle coming from this way, looking at it this way. Again, we'll use the rover as reference. Although the sun's coming from the top left, the angle of the camera is coming from this way, and we're seeing the side here, the left side, left front of the Curiosity rover. Okay, so we're looking at this here, and you can see what looks like shapes and everything else. Check this out. Now, let me see if I've got this one here. I don't know if I've... Well, no, I don't want to do it that way. Okay, but anyway, you can see that right there, and there's multiple little things sitting here. This kind of, I wouldn't say blew my mind, but just this nice round shape. You go, okay, how large is this thing? There's the rover. And keep in mind, this is 10 feet apart, approximate. And there you go. Check this out. Nice rectangular piece, something round underneath it. Now, I didn't really enhance this area, but oh, here's another thing too. Check this out. Right here comes to a point. See it? Okay. There's a bunch of things in this picture, though. I mean, you guys, the ones that are hardcore on this stuff, check this stuff out. You'll just be amazed what you see. But what I want to show you that really, really caught my eye, this was amazing. And I'm going to show you this up close and personal, and you guys can see this for yourself. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and you tell me what you see. Well, you obviously can't tell me in real time, but watch this. All right. Do you guys see the city laying right here? Probably not, right? I didn't. Okay. Here, again, here's the marks, the wheel marks of the rover. I'm going to back up so you can see that right there. They come from the top, right, all the way down, all the way here, and you can see where it maneuvered around different things. Okay. Keep that in your head because I mentioned it a couple times. Now, do you see anything sitting right here in this circle? You probably won't, that you weren't meant to. Now watch this. You see anything now? I'm starting to see shapes. I started seeing all kinds of shapes, and I was like, whoa, hold on a minute, hold on. Check this out. Right here. And look at the way this thing goes. Boom, angles, comes back down here. Okay? And I'm starting to see these little funky little shapes here and there. I'm going, whoa, what is this? Something right here kind of caught my eye. Now watch this. These steps I'm doing just one at a time so you can see each of the things I brought out as I enhance. Again, I'm seeing like these different shapes here. Now, is it possible that's mountainside? That's what I thought. Now, let's blur it up and balance this out a bit. Hold on a minute. Whoa. Now, check this out. Starting to see something else forming right here and some other things all over here. Now, watch this. Now, something looks round here as well as something square here. Now, let's enhance a little bit more. I don't know about you guys. I'm seeing a structure here. I'm seeing many structures sitting here. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and move this and tilt this for you guys, if I can get it to do it. Okay. All right. So now we're on more of an even level here. All right. Check this out. When you look at this here, comes around. There's actually something else on top of it. You can see it right there, just kind of just shadowed right there a little bit, and it's actually brighter. Something square in a rectangular area and something that looks more rounded. Okay. You're going to see this stuff pop even more, but check this thing out. Whatever this is, it literally, it's like they made room to compensate for this, whatever's underneath here, where it has two, looks like supports, and it's on a landing area. Or like I'm going to just call it a plateau. Call it what you will. Now, let's go a little bit deeper, see what happens. Okay. To me, this blew my mind. Check this out. Something square and something standing right up out of the ground. Now, if you look at it this way, it appears there's something actually floating, or it's like a statue. It looks like, see, like a V-shaped type thing with a base. By blurring it, it looks like one part. Okay. Kind of get that, but that's not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to get rid of any pixelations, but check this out. It looks like it was made to go around whatever this is, and it has like landing, well, I wouldn't say landing gear, I want to call them supports. And right here, check this out. Look at the stuff in the dock areas, which I will bring out a little bit more. Right here. Square, has an angle piece, boom, goes down, looks like some piping, some weird towers or something. Okay, this is all over this picture. Check this stuff out. There's stuff hidden on top of this piece here, all over this. Look at this. Is on the top here, you can see these designs, and it looks like there's different walls right over here. Very faintly, there's something here. Okay. And if you look in the white area, there's a bunch of stuff here too. Like comes over, goes around. Now watch this. Now I darken this up a little bit to try to bring this out a little bit more. And you're going to see right here, there's different little round structures, whatever they are. Okay, look at this. Something right here comes off, goes over to here. And there's a bunch of things all over the top of this. Here's this piece right here. I think well, no, I didn't. I didn't lighten this up yet. But now you can see, if you look, it's very faint. But check this all out down here. What is all of this down here? Look at all of this. All these little things that look like a city that they did their damnedest to block out. Check out all of this. All these little lines and these shapes. Now, I go to 6, this level here, I brighten these up. Watch this. A little darker, slightly brighter. Try to bring up, there's a bunch of things all hiding right here. Look at this, here's that piece again. Squared off area, and there's a bunch of stuff. Look at this. Right here, it goes up, over, and then down. It looks like there's a bunch of adjoining or adjacent buildings and stuff, and there's something right here. You can just see the outlines and the shapes of these things right there. There's something round under that. And now you're starting to see more and more squares and shapes and things like that hiding all over the place. All right. This to me, I mean, you just look at all of this down here, and this is just amazing. As well as all of this right here. This here blew my mind, period. That's just it. And I want to zoom into this so you guys can really see this. Okay. Now, let's go a little deeper into this picture. Now, brighten it up a little bit so you guys can get a better idea. Now, just look at the lines to this. And it actually looks like it goes like this. Another piece, you can see it overlaps and comes over here. Nice line right here. And it looks like a platform that's off-center. Like, in other words, it's rectangular. Instead of being here and going down, it's actually right here, goes over here, and then there's something underneath this. But there's a bunch of things underneath this area. Right here, here, and there's something, I don't know if that's round, what that is, but it looks like this has been built to actually accommodate the height of this. And it has two, like, supports. But look at this. It comes over, has this angle, comes straight down, goes over to here, another angle goes over to here, and then it's all whatever that's joined into the back of this. There's a bunch of buildings, structures, something here. Now watch this. All right, so now I darken this area up a little bit, and you can see where I did right here, 8. And I try to darken this up, and now watch this. You start to see more and more little things like round pieces on top of areas like parts of different areas, the grounds, you know, whatever. And you can just see what looks like a bunch of structures laying on the ground here. Now, it's even darker here. See this? Try to bring it in. Try to bring out, pop it out of this white area. And you can see, look at even like right here, there's just a bunch of, I don't know. They made this really difficult. Look at this right here. There's some, it looks like a square or round right here. There's another bigger piece on the bottom, and there's like, looks like roadways or something. Check this out. Actually, this is one big piece. You can see that right there. And there's something on top of it, something right here. there's actually what looks like a cave right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me bring it way back. Actually, I think I can bring it to 7, I think it was. Well, let's start it from here. Well, no. It was somewhere over here, and I can't remember where it's at now. It should have been right in here. But check this out. It doesn't really matter at this point. Look at this. Nice rectangular opening piece. There's 1, 2, 3, and I can't see if there's anything else there. Right there. And you can see what looks like a bunch of lines, I don't know, call them highways, roadways, call them what you will. And you can see it like right here. Like, see how like they try to fade this out, like make things brighter on some ends of it and make it darker on other, so you don't see the whole object. And that's the idea, to fake the person out and to really hide this stuff. But you can clearly see just the shapes of this stuff right here, just the different things popping out of it. All of these pieces down here, these are not just, obviously they're not rocks, guys. Look how far this would be up. Check this out. To the left over here, lower left. Look at this. This looks like there's all kinds of things in this area. There's something that looks like it's kind of a weird, not round, but oval. Squares. Look at the stuff they try to hide in this picture, guys. This is amazing. This, to me, just absolutely just done it for me. I was just like, whoa. Okay. I dock in this area up here. And you can see the stuff now a little bit better. I'm just going to pop it out just a little bit here. And this way we can get a look at the bottom here. As well as this area. I mean, this stuff is all over the place. And you can just see what looks like little squares, different shapes, pieces coming off and going down. See, this up and then down. And I'll just zoom in a little bit more. Comes up and then down. Okay. Now, I dock in this area up here to try to pop this. You can see something's right here on the left-hand side. Coming, it looks like almost like a funky-looking F shape. There's some kind of weird cylindrical thing or something. There's right here, and it's faded. See how it's dark here but whiter to the end? And goes off to the left. Look at these. 1, 2. There's all kinds of looking, just strange objects. Just look at, laying all over the ground here. Is this nothing but landscape? Just simple landscape and nothing else? I don't think so. Now let me just throw a filter in for you guys. And because it usually helps to pop this. Again, look at this up here. Square or rectangular area. It looks like something square here but round here. You can see that, but see that right there? I'm going to back it out just a little bit. Now check out, there's just something over the top of this, and it just, look at, straight out angles. Comes over to here. I don't know what this is, but there's something that's overhanging this, and they try to blotch out, and then it goes down and over to this area. I don't know what that is. But there's something right here. It looks like it's rounded, and there's something laying right there. And there's a bunch of little things on here that it's just, oh my God. There's 1 or 2 things popping up here. There's something going up into what looks like squares, buildings, something. But this here, no way. This is not regular. Look at this. All of these little things just suddenly just pop out. These shapes. This is no doubt in my mind. Look at this, another one. Goes up here. Another one. They are all interconnecting buildings, adjacent, call them what you will. Hit the red filter or pinkish, call it what you will. And there you go. I mean, this to me, and now here's the funny part. Look at this is the original picture. Now, here's the question. How is it possible that these are tracks? Is it possible that this has been manufactured and they just laid this on this picture? Because check this out. It doesn't make sense, guys. How is this thing going like this, perfectly straight over these, where it appear to be pretty high? Look at this. And it goes over this area? And you can say, well, they're tire tracks. Well, I don't know how, if it's actually rectangular here. This almost looks round, this looks more square. And look at the way this thing goes up now. It doesn't look like it's an actual zigzag. Now it looks like it's going up and down, up and down. It doesn't look right. It simply doesn't look right at all. Look at this way this thing does it now. It's just, because here's the thing. It looks that way when you look at it this way. It simply looks like, oh, well, yeah, you can see where it zigzagged over the actual ground here. And you go, oh, okay. Because there's no depth to the picture. The second you start to add depth, all of a sudden, it doesn't make sense. It simply doesn't. Now, here's another question. If this thing's only 10 feet apart, how big are these things? How big are these anomalies? Okay, so now you got to ask yourself, okay, is it possible that this whole track and rovers put here is completely fake? And if it's not fake, is it possible that, you know, if it's not fake and it is the real deal, is it possible that there is smaller humanoids like us? And this is the reason why we're seeing smaller structures. I don't know. That's just questions I wanted to raise to you guys and have you guys, you know, weigh in on it. Because it simply doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Now I'm going to go back over to this area here. Back out. All right, there's the rover. Get that as a reference point. And like I said, when you look at this right here, you just go, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It looks like things have collapsed. Like this should have came straight off this other hillside. It's not. It's actually just laid down on the side of this mountain. And you can see whatever this was, it goes like, I don't know if it's this way. Hold on, let me just, look at this. You can actually see the shape. It goes like this, angles, goes across, angles again, comes over here, comes down, another angle. And it looks like it goes like this, goes back in, comes back out, and it has a shape to it. It looks like whatever this was came straight out and then it just bent over and just laid down. Look at this. Over, another piece right here, like it's like a rooftop or some kind of flat area that they were building on, and then you get something down in the bottom of this. You can see something right here. Just right here looks like some kind of weird structure here. And then you get this round piece, or it looks almost rounded right here, and it has several things on top of it. And then you've got this piece here, goes to a point, comes back out. I don't know, guys. This doesn't make any sense. When you look back at these, here's a good example. Look at the tracks going back, these wheel marks. It doesn't make sense. What did this thing do? Did it just hop over this higher area? And then you look at, where did these other marks go? Right here. Now, is it possible this is over an overhang going from, you know, two sides of a mountain and this thing just drove under it? That's a possibility. There's several areas like this. Look at this right here. How is that possible? It went like this. According to these wheel marks, it went like this and went straight through it. I'm not seeing the wheel marks. So unless this is a tunnel through here, that doesn't make sense. And you could just, I didn't do any of these areas, guys, but look at this. Line. Looks like a structure coming up and over. Right here. Look at this. It's just, you can just see these things laying all over the ground. Let me see. What else we got here? Here's another thing. It just doesn't make sense. Look at the way these things go over. There's like, all of a sudden these marks disappear, or they kind of go up and over this. I don't know, man. You know, the rover's not that big to be able to go over something very large. Check this out. The wheel marks continue, but then they stop right here. Looks like it goes like this, and it's very faintly right there. It just, I don't know. And look at this. Comes over to here, and then what does it do? Climb this rock? Or this ledge? I don't think so. I think they're trying to make these they're trying to make it look like anything that would be in this pitch would be super small. Compared to, because you're going to use the rover as a reference, right? Okay. So, doesn't make any sense. Look at this. I didn't do anything in this part right here. Look at this. Something coming out like this and going around. Again, I didn't do anything to this part of this picture, so I don't know. See this? A little bit more enhanced. And you can see things. Look, it just happened to go up and over this. Look at this. Something right there with a corner. It just hopped over that. I don't believe that. Look at this. Perfect shape. Nice contoured pot. Got a angled corner and then goes straight out. There's all kinds of shit in this picture, guys. And it's everywhere. This is a ledge or a top of a building. Now, here's the weird thing. If it is, in fact, angled, looking at from, I'm going to say upper right, looking down at this, well, then this looks like it had slid, like it just kind of just fell down. Like it might have been straight across, like this, and just coming straight up. It looks like it kind of fell to the point where it just kind of dropped. Like this whole end here, or front, back, call it what you will, looks like it kind of dropped down, and it's in the position it's in now. This stuff appears to be still intact. And you can see, again, nice flat area, something there, and I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, again, look at the way this thing, now the wheel marks look like they climb. Yeah. Without the depth, it looks normal. It looks like it just kind of zigzagged. But when you look at it this way, it doesn't look like that at all. And I don't believe that for a moment. It looks like it's been superimposed on this picture. And to make, if you do see any kind of shape, well, it's going to be very tiny. It can't be much of anything. I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, is it possible that this rover is here? I don't think so. Not the way this thing went over this. It doesn't look like it went over this at all. It looks like there's a bunch of structures right here, and this thing just happened to roll over them. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Unless this thing's blasting a hole through everything, and it's just and it just happens to be going over it. I don't see it. I really don't. And again, you can see this what looks like tower here or something here, and there's a bunch of little things all over this. Now, is it in ruins? Is it being used today? God only knows. Look at this. This comes down. It looks like there's another plateau area. Comes down again. Something else very faintly there. Can't see what that is, but it's there. Look at this. This weird cylindrical thing, a round piece. I don't know if that's fallen or if that's just the way it's designed. Don't know. But, guys, let me know what you think this stuff is. To me, this screams intelligently made. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. But I'm trying to figure out how do we go from these wheel marks to structures. And there's plenty of them all over the place. I think this has been superimposed, and I could be wrong. This is all speculation, of course. But it looks like this is just cities, structures laying all over the place. When you really take a really deep look into this thing, you can see them. So anybody else, I know there's a few of you guys are really hardcore into this stuff. Check this thing out. Tell me what you find. I'd be curious. And like I said, I didn't want to make this thing too long. That's why, I mean, there's a ton of things. I looked all over this. I mean, look at this. Something right here. I looked all over this picture. There's tons of stuff to see in this picture. Now, we just got to determine whether this is all a bunch of bogus crap or not, meaning this rover and the tracks. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. But anyway, give me your take on it, guys. Let me know what you think. Like I said, look at all of these little building structures, whatever these are, and then suddenly there's nothing there. But anyway, guys, give me your take on it. I'm going to rotate this back. Not that it really matters now. Let's put this back the way it was, which would be right about here. And then we're going to back out, and there you go. So let's enhance. Go back. Color. And that piece is literally right here. There's that big area right there where it supposedly went over. Here's that little structure, or structures right there. Actually, I'll point it out this way. Right there. And something underneath it, more structures, and all over here, and yet this thing happened to transvert right over it. I don't know, guys. Give me your take on it. Let me know what you think, because that to me was just wild. And you can see these things just suddenly appear right before your eyes. These are not rocks, and they'd have to be extremely large. To me, they're structures. And I think they put this rover here to make it look good. But now that's that question. How big are these things? Is this rover really there? Are these wheel marks really there? You guys tell me. I figured I'd throw it at you. This to me was just amazing. It just screams intelligently made. There's no two ways about it. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your comments on the bottom. Give me a thumbs up. Share the video. Let's get this information out, guys. That's what this channel's all about. Finding the truth and getting it out. Anyway, guys, always appreciate you guys watching. And, I got a couple other ones that are coming out that will blow your mind as well. So anyway, check those out when they come out. And I'll see you next pick.